Chapter 1. The Magical Jade Bracelet. The scorching sun blazed like fire, and the setting sun was as intense as blood. Lin Wan Wan, dressed in layers of traditional clothing, stood by the screen for quite a while. Her head felt dizzy from the heat, and even though the hall was equipped with central air conditioning, it didn't help much. She couldn't help but touch the cool jade bracelet on her left wrist, feeling a moment of clarity. This bracelet was a keepsake left to her by her grandmother before she passed away. Ever since she put it on, she had never taken it off. Whenever she felt unhappy or unwell, she liked to touch the bracelet for comfort. Time's up. It's my turn to stand guard now. Wan Wan, wait for me for another half an hour. Afterward, we'll head back together, and I'll settle your payment. A clear and pleasant voice interrupted Lin Wan Wan's thoughts. The speaker was her schoolmate, Chen Jinyu. The two of them were taking turns standing by the screen as part of their job, showcasing their looks. All right. Lin Wan Wan stretched her neck and moved to the side of the sales hall. This real estate promotional event was coordinated by Chen Jinyu with the organizers. The daily wage was 600 yuan, with Chen Jinyu taking a 100 yuan commission as the middleman. The event lasted 3 days, and today was the third day. This type of part-time job relied entirely on appearance and demeanor. Lin Wan Wan, blessed with natural beauty, was well suited for it. However, the job was unstable and not suitable as a full-time career. But for Lin Wan Wan, who had just lost her job and been evicted from her residence, this was her means of survival until she found a new job. Dragging her tired body, Lin Wan Wan walked out of the sales hall. As soon as she stepped outside, she saw two women with faces full of artificial features storming toward her aggressively. Relying on her instincts, Lin Wan Wan sensed hostility from the approaching women. She immediately turned around, changed direction, and headed toward the greenery of the sycamore trees. "Vixen, stop right there!" One of the women, with nails painted bright red, pointed angrily at Lin Wan Wan. "You homewrecker, I'm going to beat you to death today." Lin Wan Wan was dumbfounded. "Me, a homewrecker? There must be some mistake." But she quickly realized that regardless of whether they had mistaken her for someone else, she absolutely couldn't get into a conflict at the sales center. If she ruined the event, she wouldn't get her pay. Moreover, it might affect her future collaborations with Chen Jinyu, which was unacceptable. Right now, Chen Jinyu was her lifeline. With this in mind, Lin Wan Wan immediately grabbed her skirt and ran toward the road. The distance from the sales center to the road was over 100 meters, lined with sycamore trees nourished by nutrient solutions. Running along the tree-lined path, Lin Wan Wan didn't attract much attention. However, the two women chasing her were truly aggressive, shouting profanities with high levels of vulgarity as they pursued her. Lin Wan Wan couldn't understand how a well-dressed woman could spew such filthy language without feeling ashamed. When she reached a spot about 100 meters away from the sales center, Lin Wan Wan stopped and waited for the two women to catch up. Then, she sternly rebuked them. "Shut up! Calling me a homewrecker. Where's your evidence? I don't even know you, yet you're causing trouble at my workplace. I can sue you." According to the Public Security Administration punishment law, publicly insulting others can result in detention for up to 5 days or up to 10 days for more serious cases. Think carefully before you speak. If I hear you insult me again, I'll call the police immediately. The woman hesitated for a moment, then became even angrier. She placed her hands on her hips like a compass and retorted, "Call the police? Go ahead. Let's see if the police arrest me or you. You're the homewrecker and you still." Lin Wan Wan interrupted her with a cold laugh. "Shut up. Where's your evidence? Don't accuse a stranger of being a homewrecker just because you're unhappy with your own looks. Delusions are a sickness. You should get treated. You shameless vixen. Just because you're pretty, you think you're so great. You," Lin Wan Wan interrupted her again, speaking quickly. "Being pretty is great. Fair skin, beautiful face, long legs, these are things you can't have. And I also know how to distinguish right from wrong. Unlike you, who causes trouble just because you're ugly. If you're unhappy with your looks, don't blame society. No, you should blame your parents for bad genes. They didn't pass on good looks to you, nor did they teach you proper manners. When it came to arguments, Lin Wan Wan feared no one. Even in physical fights, she wasn't afraid. Back in university, she had joined the martial arts club. Having grown up without parents, she had always relied on herself for protection. The woman was rendered speechless by Lin Wan Wan's sharp words. It was the other woman who finally spoke up. Even if you're pretty, you shouldn't be a homewrecker. You know Bao Jun Kai, don't you? Lin Wan Wan sneered again, raising her head slightly and looking down at the two women with her 1.67-meter height. Oh, so it's about that scumbag. Let me tell you, I wouldn't even look at him. I've blocked all his contact information. A sleazy man like him thought he could exploit me? How ridiculous. I quit my job not because I was afraid of you, but because I didn't want to get involved with filth. Even if I won, it would still stink. You. Just because you say so, it doesn't make it true. Then what? I have both education and beauty. Why would I be interested in a sleazy man? Only people like you would treat him like a treasure. The woman with red nails, unable to out-argue or out-insult Lin Wan Wan, let out a shriek and lunged forward to grab her hair. Lin Wan Wan swiftly caught her hand and executed an over-the-shoulder throw, leaving the woman lying on the ground, groaning and unable to get up. The other woman, seeing how fierce Lin Wan Wan was, didn't dare make eye contact and took 2 steps back in fear. Lin Wan Wan sneered, adjusted her clothes, and walked away, ending the farce. I won't let you get away with this, the woman on the ground shouted threateningly. Lin Wan Wan tilted her head slightly and replied coldly, You should let yourself go first. Stop getting plastic surgery and start reading more books. Making such a scene over a scumbag is truly disgraceful. The woman was so furious that she couldn't speak, sitting on the ground and watching Lin Wan Wan leave. Walking back through the greenery near the sales center, Lin Wan Wan let out a long sigh. What a string of misfortunes. Although the commotion had left her hot and bothered, the shade of the trees provided some relief. The bustling sales hall, despite its air conditioning, was too noisy for her liking. Human sorrow is not universal. To her, their noise was unbearable. As Lin Wan Wan calmed herself, she suddenly felt a sharp pain in her wrist. Looking down, she realized that the woman with the red crystal nails had scratched her, leaving a bleeding wound on her fair wrist. The blood was strikingly red and had even dripped onto her jade bracelet. She was about to lift her wide sleeve and take out a tissue from the small pouch tied to her wrist when, out of the corner of her eye, she noticed a glowing green wooden door appear between 2 sycamore trees. Lin Wan Wan's attention was immediately drawn to it. Curious, she reached out and pushed the door. A dazzling light burst forth, causing her to instinctively close her eyes and raise her left hand to shield her head. The jade bracelet on her wrist also began to emit a green glow, mysterious and extraordinary. End of chapter.